Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangaye Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Veshema Devahitayadayuhum Swasti na Indro Vruddhashrabaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dhadatu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Dear devotees, we had finished in the first chapter, second section, and the second, shloka or a hymn we had finished. So 1.2.2 we had finished. 1.2.3 we are supposed to start. Now in the first Mundaka, or in the first chapter and first section, if you remember, then the question was asked beautifully by a disciple, Shaunaka, Kasminno Vignato Sarvavidam Vignatam Bhavati iti, and the answer was given by Angiras. So basically he discussed, or he gave in a nutshell, that there are two types of vidya. One is paravidya, aparavidya, superior knowledge and inferior knowledge. And what are they? The details has been discussed. Now in the second section, in the second subchapter, so the author, or we cannot say it as an author, the Rishi, is going on discussing the aparavidya, a different type of yajnas. By performing yajnas, one can achieve what one can achieve. What are the constituents? What are the requirements? And by that, what we can get. Now, the question may come for all of you, if you are sincerely and seriously following my arguments and discussions, the thread of argument, you should definitely, a question should come to all of you, that Swamiji, we are discussing Upanishad, which is the Gnana Kanda, the knowledge portion of the Vedas. So there generally it is meant to discuss about the Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. Now why is he discussing about the yajnas? Why is he discussing about the Vedic sacrifices or the Vedic rituals? Because we all know that this belongs to the former part of the Vedas, that is Karma Kanda, where all the rituals have been discussed. Samhita, Aranyaka, and also, the mantra portion, Samhita portion. Now in the Upanishads, we are not supposed to discuss, or it is not supposed to be, then why is it here? What is the intention? What is the goal? Or what is the aim of the Rishi? Why is he discussing here? So here he is making a brief mention about all these things to make us understand that what are the pros and cons, what we can achieve by karma, or the yagnas, basically Vedic rituals, and what we can achieve, and what are the limitations of it. So to make us understand, to get detached from the world and its actions and its results, the Rishi is discussing all these things. Now, one more thing, when we discuss about these Vedic rituals, so they mention and they go further, because the Rishi is expecting, or Rishi is anticipating, or is imagining that the reader knows all these things, because he has already read the Purva Bhaga, that is Karma Kanda, so he knows all these things. So just is mentioning the names. But in many of our cases, we have not read the former part of the Vedas, and we may not know these Karma Kandas or sacrifices in detail, in depth, that can also bring a lot of dots or dashes. That is never mind. So you need not to, even if you don't get into the technical details of all these things, if you understand the overall purport or overall meaning, essence of these things, that should be fine. Yasya Agnihotram Adarsham Apaurnamasam Achaturmasyam anagrayanam atiti varjitam cha ahutama vaishvam avidina hutam asaptamamstaya lokan hinasti. See, everything is negative here actually. So yasya agnihotram adarshanam apaunamasam chaturmasyam anagrayanam. What all these things? The Agnihotra destroys the 7 worlds of that man whose sacrifice is without darsha and paurnamasa, devoid of chaturmasya, bereft of agrayana, unblessed with gesh, goes unperformed, is unaccompanied by Vishwadeva or Vaishwadeva ritual and is performed perfunctionally. Anyhow, now here the author is discussing 5 or 6 types of sacrifices, that is Vedic rituals. One is Agnihotra. So as soon as we take a Gayatri Upadesha or Brahmopadesha in the olden days, till death, everyone has to perform Agnihotra. It's a Vedic sacrifice, simple Vedic ritual, every day, morning, afternoon, and evening. That was. So he's mentioning about that. Then Darshamasa. Darshamasa is a ritual which is done on the new moon day. Then Purnamasa. Purnamasa is a ritual. Again, it's a Vedic ritual. Again, Dashamasa and Purnamasa has to be done by only the family householder, Gurhastha only. Neither Brahmachari nor Sannyasi can do this. So Purnamasa. Purnamasa is a type of sacrifice which is done during the Shukla Paksha, that is in the new moon, new moon day, full moon day, that is Purnami. Then one more sacrifice, a type of sacrifice is called Chaturmasya. Now the Chaturmasya which the pontiffs, Pitadipatis, traditional monks, they take the Chaturmasya Vrata during the Guru Purnima time. So this is not that Chaturmasya Vrata that is meant for mendicants, monks. Here Chaturmasya Vrata, Chaturmasya Yagna, there is a sacrifice, Vedic ritual called Chaturmasya. So that is mentioned. This has to be performed by the householder every 4 months once. So there are 4 types of sacrifices which is to be performed by every householder 4 months once. Then other type of sacrifice is called Agrayana. Agrayana is generally the 2 types of sacrifices which is to be performed during autumn season and during spring season. And Atiti Satkara, that is feeding the guests and taking care of the guests. So all these things has to be performed in a proper way. If you don't do it, then what happens? You will not attain the heaven. You will not get the punyam. And instead of getting a positive results, you will get the negative results. So it is all nothing but aparavidya. So every ritual consists, it has to be performed in a particular, in a prescribed manner. You cannot take any chance there. It has to be particular in the Kala, for an example. Now, Darshamasa, Amavasya time you are supposed to perform. Now, today, it is a Purnami or any other Tithi. So, I'm interested, I will perform Darshamasa Yaga or Yagna because I'm interested or I've got a mood. Probably it is, it is convenient to me. If you think you cannot do. Similarly, Purnamasa Yaga, that has to be done in the full moon day only, Purnami time only. So for all of them, there is a Kala, that is a time, prescribed time, Desha, place, then Dravya Padarthas, items, different types of items, then mantras, prescribed mantras were there, and Vidhi, rituals. All these things have to be followed. When if you follow, then you will get results. Many times people say, oh, Swamiji, our Purohit said, priest said, he asked us to perform such and such a ritual, such and such a puja, or such and such a vidhi. We did perform, but we didn't get desired results. Many of the time, we do complain. Or we hear such type of complaints. Why you know? Because we compromise many things. Just for an example, simple example I will mention and I will go further. Satyanarayana Puja. Satyanarayana Puja has to be done on evening. The whole day has to be fasting. The Yajaman and Yajamani, the owner of the house, both male and female, both of them are supposed to do fasting. either only take just fruits or fruit juice or water, whatever is possible. So as much as possible, you have to do fasting. And evening, you have to perform Satyanarayana Puja in the prescribed format. Now, because we are all busy, or we don't have a time, or we can't wait till evening fasting. So what we do, and Purohit priest is also busy, we perform morning Satyanarayana Puja. Now, when you do with a devotion, you will get some results, no doubt. But if you would like to get a complete results from Satyanarayana Puja means, so according to the Vedas, or that of course it is a part of Smriti, not Shruti. The Smriti, whatever has been given the prescribed the rules and regulations, it has to be performed in that way only. Then you are bound to get the full results or complete results. And here the author is saying that if the rules are not followed, what happens? Such rituals can destroy 7 generations. What are the 7 generations? For an example, if I am the performer of the sacrifices, then my 3 previous generations, my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and my son, grandson, great-grandson, and including me 7. So all 7 generations can be destroyed. Destroyed means what? Destroyed means what? We cannot attain the heaven. We cannot attain the above worlds or the upper worlds. So that is nothing but called evil or a sin, or one is pratyavaya dosha. If you don't do Agnihotra, you will get a pratyavaya dosha. By doing other sacrifice in a wrong way, you will get some other types of evils. So basically, the author is trying to tell, or Dushi is trying to tell, the karmas or the Vedic rituals, Vedic sacrifices has to be performed in a right way as prescribed by the scriptures. So one is, we have to maintain a discipline. So you are disciplining your body, you are disciplining your mind, and because of there is a prescription strictly, there is no choice. It is a vihita karma, vidhi. So if there is a vidhi, there is no choice. That means you are overcoming your laziness. You are overcoming your likes and dislikes. That is also a very important point which you have to think. One side. The other side is, so it has got a limitations. In a meditation, we have got a flexibility. In path of devotion, we have got flexibility. But whereas in the karmas, that is the Vedic yajnas, there is no flexibility. Whatever the rituals are given, whatever the prescription has been given, you have to do that. So that is called vidhi. Vidhi means what? No choice. Now, the 4th shloka. Kali karali cha manojavacha sulohita yacha sudumra varna spullingani vishvaruchi cha devi lelayamana iti saptajivha. Kali, karali, manojava, and sulohita, and that which is sudumra varna, as also Spulinga and the shining Vishvaruchi. These are the 7 flaming tongues. So the author is telling that Agni Deva, if you think that fire altar sacrifice is there and you have lit the fire and fire is nicely burnt, so yagna, there is a nicely the fire is burning. And that whole thing, the Homa Kunda, if you think that there is a mouth of the Agni Deva, then he has got 7 tongues, it says. So it is a usage. So 7 tongues. So what are the 7 tongues of Agni Deva? They are called Kali, Karali, Manojava, Sulohita, Spulinga, Sudumravarna, or what do you say, Vishvaruchi. See, here you can understand very well, you can appreciate also, we can get mesmerized how the minute observation was there in this Vedic Rishis. Because they dedicated their life for knowledge per se, to have the knowledge, to have the experience, every minute observations they have done. So whoever has participated in the Vedic rituals, and if you observe the nice lit Homa Kunda or Homagni in a right way, in a very intent way, you will be able to remember and you will be able to recall your experience. What are the 7 tongues? There are basically 7 types of flames. 7 types of flames, it seems. So what are the? One is Kali. Now there's only one Yagna Kunda. Yeah, the fire is only one, no doubt, but it has got 7 types of flames are there in that one. So the first type is called Kali. Kali means we know that meaning is dark. So dark-tongued one or dark flame. So in that whole place, some places will be there will be dark color, dark colors will be, the flames will have a dark color. Such that particular flame is called Kali, it seems. And Karali, which is a very fierce flame with a high temperature. In that whole Yagnakunda, there's in the fire, some portions are very fierceful like, and it will have a high temperature. That portion of the flame is called Karali. And the third is Manojava. Manojava is very fastly, it is flame, I mean, fast moving it seems. And the fourth is Sulohita. Sulohita means there's a deep red color. So deep blue, deep red, deep yellow, all these things we can see in the fire. So there's a deep red. Then Sudhumra Varna. Sudhumra Varna means smoky one. It has got a fire also. It is mixed with the smoke. Spulinga. Spulinga means it is very fierceful and there will be cracking one. Put, like that. There will be sounds. So flames will be coming and there will be some put sounds. So that particular flame is called Spulinga. Then the seventh is Vishvaruchi. Vishvaruchi has got, Vishva means multi. So it has got a multicolored flame. A flame which has got a multicolor, that is called the Vishvaruchi. So these are the 7 types of flames the Yagna portion has got. Now, why the author is mentioning all of them is what? The author's intention is when you are performing Yagnas, the Homa fire has to be lit properly. It should not be very small or very less and off, just smoke is coming. No, it should be nicely lit and then only you should offer the sacrifice, oblations. Otherwise, you won't get full fruits of actions. Karma phala, you won't get completely. So you should see that the yagna, fire should be nicely lit. And one more thing we have to take, this all rituals is nothing but the part of Deva Yagna. Now there are 5 types of Yagna. Pancha Yagnas, I have told already. So please don't ask me what are these 5 Yagnas. Then I'll be in problem. So the 5 types of Yagnas are there. Among them, one is Deva Yagna. All these rituals are part of Deva Yagna. Now some of you may think or may have a question, Swamiji, one is probably we are not interested or we can't perform all these sacrifices. So is there any way out for us? Or is there any option? Or is there any other alternatives? Yes. These Vedic rituals are there, no doubt, but also the Smritis also has been prescribed, that is worship. Maybe Ishtadevata Puja, worshipping of chosen deity, Guru Devata Puja, worshipping tutelary deity, or any basically worshipping the god. That is also it can be replaced by these yagnas. Then meditation, Manasika Puja, mental worship is the best worship or highest form of worship, they say. Manasika Puja, prayer, worship, external worship or mental worship. All these things also constitute Deva Yagna. So even if you don't perform Vedic rituals, Vedic sacrifices, no, never mind. Say for an example, some of you might have taken initiation, mantra diksha. So whatever the guru has told, that particular form, one particular way, we have to do our upasanas. So all these things comes under Devagna. Either you do prayer or you do japa or you do meditation or you do external worship or internal worship, singing. All these things constitutes Devayagna. So we can do that also. So we need not to bother too much. If we are not doing all these things, what happens? So only thing, when I was reading this, I was mesmerized by seeing the power of observation of our elders or of the rishis. Now, 5th verse. Yeteshu yascharate brajamaneshu yatha kalam cha hautayo hi adadayan tam nainat त्येताः सूर्यस्य रश्मयो yatra devanam patireko divasaha. So probably I told in my previous class itself, because all these things pertaining to Karma Kanda and the Vedic rituals, I mean, all these things we can discuss in detail. I don't think, but most of us, we are not much interested in these things. So just I'm mentioning and just I'm making a brief notes about this and I'm going. These oblations turn into the rays of the sun and taking him up, they lead him. Who performs the rites in these shining flames at the proper time to where the single Lord of the gods presides over all. So basically here, karma phala, the fruits of Vedic sacrifices, has been explained in the 5th verse or in the 5th sloka. For example, there is a water, beautiful water pond. Now in India, everywhere India is burning with sun. Sun is very gracious to India, and whereas we all feel that, like Ireland people, we all feel jealous of India. Why, Because we don't get sun at all here. Saturday and Sunday, we had a good sunny day. We all felt happy. Monday was okay. And today, since morning, only cloudy, cloudy, cloudy. Just once or twice, just sun came out, and again he has been hid under the clouds. Whereas you are all very great, what you say, lucky people. You are over lucky people that you have got a lot of sun. So with that heat, what happens? Wherever the water body is there, the water gets evaporated. We all know that. The water vapor has been carried by the sun rays or sunlight. So similarly, whoever performs these Vedic rituals in a proper way, however the Vedas have prescribed, one who follows all the rules and one who prescribes these Vedic rituals, so he also has been taken to the above world. What does it mean? So karma phala, which comes in the form of punya. The punya is called in the Vedic terminology, technology, is adrushta or adrushya. Drushta means which is seen, which can be seen. Adrushta, in Kannada also we all use. Adrushta means which cannot be seen. So the punya or papa, adrushta or duradrushta, which is punya is the result of the good actions, and the papa is the result of the evil actions. Both cannot be seen external with the external eye, but one can experience. That is fine. So this punya and papa, how it is attained or how it is achieved? By performing right actions, good actions, we attain punya, and by performing wrong actions, we attain papa. And some of the results have to be experienced in this life only, and if not, many of them are stored in the storehouse. Just like you have got a debit card and you have got credit card. So credit card, you are not bothering, simply you are gone withdrawing it. You are withdrawing money for some use or purpose. Then your credit card balance is getting increased. That means what? You have to pay more, which is a sort of papa, we can say. I mean, I'm oversimplifying it. Now you are working and your money is also getting credited there. So debit card has got a lot of money or good amount of money. So that is what called punya. This papa and punya will make us to go to the above worlds. If punya is more, then we go to the above worlds. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Janarloka, Maharloka, Taparloka, Brahmaloka, till 7 worlds we are there. So based on our punya, accumulation of punyas, we may go to the any worlds. And here afterwards, the author tells, basically he is speaking of Swargaloka, one can attain Swarga. Just like the sun rays carry the water to the sky or the above. Similarly, our punya, karma phala, will take us to the above worlds. When does it take? After our death. When we leave this mortal coil, this prarabdha karma is getting exhausted. After the exhaustion of prarabdha karma, when I leave this mortal coil. When I leave this mortal coil means what? Not I means not the Atman. Again, you should not get confused. I means here Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body. The Sukshma Sharira travels from this physical earth, from the physical world to the above worlds, Swargaloka or any other loka. There we will stay. My Sukshma Sharira will stay, and according to the punya, the accumulation of my punya, it enjoys. There is only enjoying, there is only experience there, no suffering. So only enjoying whatever is there. So fine sense of enjoyment, fine type of enjoyment is there, enjoy it. And one more thing, for example, this is very common thing across all the religions. If you see in the Christianity, going to heaven is the ultimate goal for them. In the Islam, yes, going to heaven is the ultimate goal. And even in the Egyptian civilization, if you see Mayan civilization, if you see Zoroastrianism, if you see most of the religions, going to heaven is the highest ultimate goal. So in the Karma Kanda also, the former portion of the Vedas, there also, for us also, going to heaven was the highest goal. But the difference between them and us is what? The Vedas themselves, they say that very clearly, Going to heaven is the highest goal, no doubt, but staying in the heaven is not eternal. The heaven is not eternal. So I go there till my bank balance is there, I can spend. Bank balance is what? Punya. Once exhaustion is there, Shene Punye Martilokam Vishanti. I have come back to this world and again I have to start accumulation. So this is one of the fundamental difference between the other Semitic religions and our Vedas. So once you come back and once again you have to start accumulation. So basically, by performing these kamya karmas, these Vedic rituals, in the materialistic world, you will get artha and kama. All your desires are fulfilled. You will be a wealthy person. You will get materialistic prosperities. Now, the same thing if you do in the form of karma yoga, if you do in the form of nishkama karma, then that can bring you chitta shuddhi and that can help you to attain a God or attain moksha or mukti. So that's where the sankalpa comes into picture. So any pujas and yajna yagas they are doing. So puja is, but most of the time it will be in Sanskrit. Most of the time we don't understand. For example, they said, mama patta samasta durta kshayadvara gnana vairagya siddhartham homamaham karishe. So whatever I am doing, for what I am doing? For gnana vairagya, for knowledge, supreme knowledge or spiritual knowledge, for detachment, I am doing that. And same thing, mamopata samasta durtakshaya dvara dhyanam pashum putra putri labhascha. So I am doing all these Vedic rituals because I want grains, means I want abundance food, I want animals. Animals here in the sense vehicles or whatever. Then I want good son, good daughter, grandson, great grandson, granddaughter, and all these things. So what sankalpa you do is very, very important. Karma can bring you materialistic prosperities. Karma can make you eligible person for the spiritual attainment also. So in what sense you use or in what intention you perform, all these things are important. Now, whoever is interested in getting the materialistic prosperities, the Vedas have given the prescribed format. Okay, you want to go to heaven and enjoy, or you want materialistic prosperities, you want to be a millionaire, or you want to be a billionaire, you want to be a successful person in the materialistic pursuits, fine. Now, these are the ways, please perform. So, but the thing is that terms and conditions apply. What is the terms and conditions? Right time, right way, right place, right mantras, all these things has to be used. So here they say Devanam Patihi. So yatra Devanam Patihi, where the Devanam Pati resides. Here Devanam Patihi is what? Indra, that is Svargaloka. Svargaloka. Now, after discussing different types of, what do you say, the karmas or sacrifices, then he is telling that how one performs different type of yagnas, yagas, and he has done properly, and now he has left his mortal coil as a sukshma sharira, as an embodied soul, individual soul. He is traveling to the above world. How it will be? He will have a great grand ceremony, or he will have a grand welcome, it seems. How it will be? He is telling in this 6th verse. Yehi iti. Come, yehi iti. Tam ahutaya suvarchasaha suryasya rashmi abhir yajamanam vahanti priyam vacham abhivadantyorchayatya yeshavah punya sukruto brahmalokaha. So what is the results of karma phala? The fruits of action has been beautifully told in the 6th verse. What is that? Saying, come, uttering pleasing words such as, this is your well-earned, virtuous path which leads to heaven, and offering him adoration, the scintilling oblations carry the sacrificer along the rays of the sun. For example, if you are celebrity, if you have got a millionaire or if you have got a good name and fame, power, position, money, so when you go to a function, when you go to any event, you are welcomed, right royal treatment. Red carpet will be put, you'll be welcomed, bouquet will be given, photographs will be there, a lot of people will be there to welcome you, etc., with so kind words and all. Now, a person is not attained so much name and fame or whatever. It comes, oh, welcome, sir. So just common courtesy has given, that's all. So here they're saying one who has attained this karma phala, so he is welcomed with many praising, it seems. Oh, my dear one, please come. Why? Because you are fit to come here because of your own actions which you done on this earth. So basically, they are telling that by doing this yagna yaga and all, what are you going to get? So you are welcomed in the above words with a prize, with a good position, with a good words, and all the probably your stay also has been taken care. So this has been told with the sixth verse. Now, whoever wants all these good things, pleasurable things, then they have to perform all these sacrifices. Now, one more interesting point, the underlining argument behind all these things you see. So if you have got interest in something, so be open, be clear, be sincere, and work for it. So instead of laziness, the state of action, the state of active or activity is better. Okay, compared to laziness, being active is better. And compared to being active, doing the rightful actions and not doing the wrong actions is better. So that's what the evolution happens in a human being. So with compared to laziness, performing action is better because I'm active. I'm not lazy at least. And when I'm active, fine, but I'm supposed to do, maybe it may be colored with the desires or prompted with the desires, but I have to do rightful actions and not the evil actions. So kamya karma. So I can perform kamya karma. Kamya karma is better than laziness, but I'm not supposed to perform nishiddha karma. Evil actions I'm not supposed to do. So kamya karma I do and I try to get whatever I want and I enjoy. And some suffering also will be there. That's fine. The experience both will be there. Then after compared to kamya karma, nishkama karma is better. So these are the different gradations. So if karma yoga is in our mind, and when we are discussing all these things, you may think that these are all unnecessary or waste of time. But there is an evolution process. We might have crossed through all these things. Now we may feel all of them are not required, but there are quite a few good chunk of people are there who are interested in all these things. For them also, the author or the Rishi is describing all these things. And apart from that, after discussing the next verse, he tells that by doing karma, one can attain so many lokas. You will have a grand red carpet welcome, and you will be praised, you will be welcomed, royal treatment, you will get it. All these things fine. But again, karma has got a lot of this positivity, possibilities, strength, and it has got its own limitations also. It has got its negative aspect also. So you have to be careful. You have to understand, you have to accept. Otherwise, you may have to suffer. That's the one thing. And understanding that slowly you have to cross over this. And you should you should seek the self. So seeking the self and experiencing the self is the highest thing which one has to do to reach that state, to make us understand all these discussions are happening. That you have to be clear about it. Plavahete adruda yagnarupa अष्टादशोक्तम वरम हेषु कर्म एतच्छ्रेयो ये अभिनंदन्ति मूढ़ा जरामृत्यं ते पुनरेवापि यान्ति. Since these 18 people of a sacrifice on whom the inferior karma has been set to rest are perishable because of their fragility, therefore those ignorant people who got elated with the idea this is the cause of bliss undergo old age and death over again. Now, these 18 constituents of a sacrifice are 18 people. They are telling who are they, what are they. So, any big, means not small sacrifices, any big sacrifices, any big sacrifice it has to happen, there should be 18 people minimum. Who are these 18 people? First two people are Yajamana and Yajamani, husband and wife. So except one or two, most of the sacrifices, Vedic rituals has to be performed by the householders alone. And their Yajamana and Yajamani both should be there. So Vedas are giving equal importance to male and female. So this is very important. So without Yajamani, without wife, husband cannot perform sacrifices. Similarly, without husband, wife alone cannot perform sacrifices. So these are the two people. And who are the 16? So Rigveda, the Rigveda, Hotrugana, for example. Hotrugana Gana means group. Hotru means four. Four people should be there. These Hotrus are what? They are well versed in Rigveda. So these four people, their duty is what? Welcoming the deities. Indraya Swaha, Indraya Namama. We will say, Indra, please come. Okay, we are offering for this and all. So the Rigvedic people, they know how to welcome the god. They are well versed in that. They welcome the god. So there is a nice, division of the work for them. Then there, Advaryu Gana. Gana means again group. Advaryu means, Advaryu is one who is well versed in Yajurveda. What they do? They offer oblations. Indraya Swaha, Indraya Namama. So I am offering this oblation to Indra. Yamaya Swaha, Vayave Swaha, like Prajapataye Swaha, we all say. So for which god, what type of oblation we should do, when we should do, how we should do, all these things they will be knowing. Then Udhatru Gana. So Samavedins. So they will all praise the deities. Indra, oh Indra, you are such and such a great person. For example, when VIPs come, we do praise. So all the deities, when they come, we praise them. Oh, you are such and such a great person, etc. So they praise. And Udghatru means they sing in a loud voice, it seems. Not in a, in mentally they don't praise, or in a low tone they don't praise. Loudly they praise, it seems. Atharva Vedas, who are well versed in this, they are called Samagana, means there's Yajamanas. Yajamanas, in this is like it's called Brahma here. Brahma means one who is the event manager. He is supposed to know all the three Vedas also. That is the one interesting thing. So he will be saying whether Hotru is doing his work properly or not, Advaryu is doing his work properly or not, Udghatru is doing his work properly or not. He will be seeing the entire sacrifice, whether things are going on properly or not. He will be like a Jaman or a Brahma will be sitting in the commandable position and will be commanding everyone to perform their actions. And he also has to perform some rituals. So all this put together, basically 18. So these 18 people are involved in all the big sacrifices. So that is what mentioned by the here in the shloka. Ashtadasha Ashtadashoktam Avaram Yeshu Karma. So the Ashtadasha is 18 people. Anyhow. So, okay, with 18 people, you are performing such a big ritual, and lot of dravya, lot of material is involved, lot of labor is involved, time is involved, your money you have spent, and you get karma phala. You get a lot of karma phala, no doubt. But what is the nature of the karma phala? They are perishable. What do you mean by perishable? Just like you keep some food after 2-3 days, it gets perished. Is it that in that way? Here, perishable means it is a limited one. You enjoy the fruits of action, then it gets over. You got a mango, 1 kg Alfonso mango, you got it, you ate it, you enjoyed it, then you got over. Then after 2-3 days, if you want mango, you don't have. Again, you have to go to market and you have to bring it. So perishable means what? It is a limited. Once you use it, once you experience it, it gets over. Then if you want, again you have to do freshly sacrifice, yajna, and you have to get it. That's what they're saying there. And apart from that, it gives materialistic properties. It will give above worlds, heaven or any other Pitraloka, maybe Gandharva Loka. Like that, there are different worlds where different sense of enjoyments are there in a subtle form. All these things are attainable, no doubt, but they are limited in nature. At some point of time, you can go enjoy them, and again you have to come back after the exhaustion. Again you have to start accumulation. Again you go there, again enjoy, again you come, again you have to labor to experience that whatever the karma phala. So again you go, again you come, again you go, again you come. This cycle of birth and death, samsara chakra. So how much ever this karma can give so many things, no doubt. It can give materialistic properties. It can give you name and fame. It can give you power and position. It can give you above worlds. All these things are fine, but at the same time, it is limited in nature, and it doesn't help you to come out from this cycle of samsara. That is, samsara means cycle of birth and death. So, my dear, be careful. Now you can very well imagine. So this is the intention of the author or Rishi to make us understand. So that means, is he undermining the role of the action? No. Is he encouraging indirectly that we should not perform sacrifices, we should not do work, we should keep quiet? Many people have got that idea. if I'm spiritual person, I should keep quiet, I should not do any work. No, that is not the again idea of the Vedanta or the goal of the Upanishads. Or no. But only thing they are making us to understand that, understand the limitations, understand the nature of this work, what it can do, what it cannot do. You should understand that. So if you want immortality, if you want eternal bliss, if you want freedom, then by this kamya karma, these Vedic rituals which are supported with the desires, kamya karma, by that you cannot attain immortality, you cannot attain eternal freedom, you cannot attain moksha or mukti. For that, what you want? For that, you have to experience your real nature. So finally, that is called Paravidya or Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. Finally, we will come to that idea. Slowly, author is taking us from all these explanations. He is making us to understand the limitedness or transitoriness of this world and the above worlds, and is asking us to get detached, to develop the dispassion about this worldly pursuits. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.